Hey, it's Sunday night, 6 o'clock. I'm Tamara with our Big Oily family, and I'm doing my A to Z series. And we are up to Deep Blue, which is the soothing blend. And as usual, I like to start by reading from the Emotions and Essential Oils book. This is the third edition that I have, and I know there's a fifth edition out. It's on Amazon. It comes with an emotional wheel that you can get with it. It has a yellow cover. So anyway, that might be something you want to check out. So Deep Blue is the soothing blend. It is the oil of surrendering pain. Soothing blend is generally used for pain, but it can also assist individuals who are resisting or avoiding the emotions that underlie their physical pain. It gives a person strength to face their emotional wounds, allowing the wounds to surface for transformation and healing. This blend can teach individuals how to be the observer of their painful experiences rather than becoming over-identified with them. When a person suffers from intense emotional or physical pain, it is common for them to act irrationally or, quote-unquote, lose their head. Soothing blend can support the mind in staying cool and collected regardless of the emotional turmoil or physical pain one may be in. In this way, the individual maintains mental clarity in the face of danger or pain. At its core, Soothing Blend teaches individuals acceptance and tolerance of their pain. It reveals the possibility that pain is not cruel or bad, but is simply a teacher. Instead of resisting pain, one may embrace the lessons it has to offer. As one lets go of resistance, pain lessens and often dissipates altogether. By understanding the nature of pain, this blend encourages an assimilation of all of life's experiences. So the emotions addressed are resistance to pain, avoidance of emotional issues, and hysteria in painful situations. And the companion oils, which are the oils that you can try if you didn't have Deep Blue, for the same purpose. Anti-aging blend, which is Immortelle, Helichrysum, Wintergreen, and Thyme. Alrighty, so there's a whole line of Deep Blue products. There is the Deep Blue oil, like so. Comes in 5 milliliter bottle. This is just the oil blend. It is not diluted. It is just all pure essential oils. And then there is a Deep Blue Touch roller. And the Touch roller is diluted so that it's safe for anyone young and old to use. So you could just take it out and use it as needed and not have to worry about proper dilution. There is another roller that I believe it's a clear roller. And it is, so this is a 9 milliliter roller. The oil itself also comes in a 10 milliliter roller, and it's just the oil, it's not diluted. Just so you know, there's two ways it comes. And then there is the Deep Blue Rub. And I know this one is really dirty. My son keeps it in his baseball bag, and it looks like there's pine tar all over it. He's had this about 2 years now, so that's how long it lasts. And I mean, if I feel in here, it's maybe down to here. So lasts quite a while. A little pea-sized amount is all you ever need of the rub. And that's in a lotion base, which is really nice and convenient to use. The Deep Blue Rub also comes in little sample packets that you can get. I think there's 10 in a box. They're super nice to carry with you when you're traveling, or just to stick one in your purse if you needed one. There's probably, I don't know, there's probably like 5, maybe 8 applications in this little thing here, because again, all you need is a pea-size amount. And then the last one that in the whole group of Deep Blue is the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. This does not have the Deep Blue oil in it because this is not an internal use oil. But along the same lines of soothing aches and pains and things like that, that's why this is called that. And it has all the herbs in it that will do that. And it's very nice to use. You can use it on occasion if you need to. You could use it once a day for kind of a more of a chronic situation you might be going through. So let's see, I read all of that. So Deep Blue is really the blend that you want to grab and reach for if you're looking for relief from any sore muscles, joints, tendons, tissues, anything like that. Because that's what it's made for. It is just topical use oil. You could diffuse it, but that's not where the benefits are going to come from. It was put together specifically for topical usage. Excuse me. One thing I wanted to point out is on this bottle, I don't have another regular bottle in here to compare it to, but on this bottle and wintergreen and birch, these are, they have the childproof cap on them. And it's because they smell kind of like candy. I think it smells like wintergreen gum. The Deep Blue does. It smells really good. And it's not an internal oil, so they don't want you to take that. And those are 3 that have the childproof cap on it. So this contains wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, blue tansy, blue chamomile, helichrysum, and osmanthus. The wintergreen is in there because it's very soothing to your body. It's very soothing to your muscles and your tissues. Wintergreen does contain methyl salicylate. So it's an oil that's absorbed into your skin relatively quickly when you use it topically. It goes deep into your tissues and muscles to offer relief in that area. Wintergreen gives it that unique smell, you know, like if you've used any other muscle soothing lotions. Then the next one is camphor. Camphor is similar to birch. Birch you can only get through doTERRA at, the only time I got it was when I went to convention. It's in the convention kit. They don't sell it individually. I guess it's really hard to come by. And so wintergreen or camphor is very similar to that. It's distilled from the bark of a camphor tree. It is very potent and it's very soothing. When it's used topically, it helps to increase and promote circulation in the body. It's considered a counter irritant, which means that when you apply it, kind of like, I mean, the whole Deep Blue thing, when you apply it, you feel that nice warming, soothing, and then kind of a tingling sensation. That's kind of taking your mind off of the pain that you might be feeling from your pulled muscle or whatever, you know, situation you're using it for. And that's kind of what is called a counter irritant. It's kind of taking your mind away from the pain that you might be feeling and putting it on, oh, well, that feels nice and warm and comforting and that kind of thing. So counter irritation affects the nerve endings in a way that defers the discomfort to the feeling, rather like the pain. The feeling, make sure I'm on the right one. It defers the discomfort to the feeling rather than the pain in the muscles and things like that. So yes, it takes it, you know, if you use peppermint and you use it on your temples, say for some head tension, it kind of gives you that tingling. If you have air going across it, it's kind of cooling and all that stuff. That's kind of a counter irritant because it takes the attention away from wherever you're feeling tension to this kind of cooling, tingly sensation on your forehead. So peppermint is in here also, which is soothing topically, and just like I mentioned above, it has that counter irritation effect. It is relaxing. Ylang ylang is relaxing and comforting emotionally, because a lot of times, you know, when you fall, you drop something on, you get upset because it hurts, and you know, so you need that emotional support. Blue tansy is very soothing to the body, and it works really well with the endocrine system, kidneys, and liver. Blue tansy promotes a healthy inflammatory response, and it is detoxing and helps with good lymphatic movement. Then there's blue chamomile, which supports relaxing for extended regeneration and duration recovery, and it is reparative to the body. Helichrysum is great for your skin and overall health. This is the one oil that helps with cellular vitality, so it gets deep into the tissues, ligaments and tendons, and it's going to be at the cellular level to help the restorative process there. Osmanthus is actually a flower extract. It's very popular in Chinese medicine, and there's not a whole lot of things written about it in English. So it helps to eliminate toxins from the body, which is important when you're with the breaking down of muscle and tissues and things like that. When you say you work out too hard, you know, it kind of puts little rips and tears in your muscles, and they try to repair themselves, and that's what ends up what makes you sore, so to speak. So you need something like that in your body, binding to the toxins and helping them get removed from your body. So the top four, the wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, and ylang ylang, those are the oils that give you the immediate soothing gratification, satisfaction, and relief, you know, that soothing, warmth, tingly, you know, sensation. And then the last ones, the blue tansy, the helichrysum, and osmanthus, have the regeneration and reparative properties in them, and that's why they're put together. Safety issues for Deep Blue. Just like I always say, it's better to dilute You have lessened any sort of skin sensitivity, especially if you're going to use your Deep Blue daily. You know, you have a sore knee for whatever purpose, it's sore, and you just choose to use it daily. You're going to want to dilute it. I would probably take a 10 milliliter roller bottle, and in that roller bottle put 10 to 15 drops of Deep Blue, and then fill the rest of it with your carrier oil, like fractionated coconut oil, and then you could use that daily. You've lessened any skin sensitivity that you might have, because these oils are all very potent. And it's also easier to move it over a bigger area. If you took a drop of this and put it on your shoulder, some of it's going to evaporate in the air, and then some of it is going to sink right in where you dropped it, right? And it's really hard to move that. So say, you know, the shoulder, the front, and the back hurt. If you had one drop, it's hard to move it in a big area. So if you put your carrier oil in the palm of your hand, and your carrier oil could be any vegetable oil, any olive oil, coconut oil, whatever you got. Or if you have an unscented lotion, you can put it lotion, add your drops of your essential oil, and then put it over that area. And it's going to distribute it over a larger area. You've lessened the evaporation of the essential oil, and it's just easier to cover a larger area, so you're getting more relief in a bigger area. Let's see. When you do use it, do not use it on broken skin. So say you fell down and scraped your knee and it kind of broke the skin a little bit. You're not going to want to put the Deep Blue on the broken part of your skin, but you could certainly put it around it to help relieve any soreness that you might have there. Don't heat anything with Deep Blue. Some people use those neck wraps filled with rice or barley or whatever they are filled with, and then they heat them in the microwave and then put them around your neck. Instead of adding the oil to that and then heating the neck wrap, I'd probably put some oil on the back of your neck, you know, heat the neck wrap and then put it around your neck. Camphor is highly combustible, and so if you put it in the microwave, it might explode, and that would not be fun. So don't do that. Let's see. If you are on blood thinners, be conscious of that. So just like if you're on blood thinners, you don't take aspirin because of the methyl salicylate in it. Wintergreen has methyl salicylate in it, and so you just want to know that you're not overusing it. You can still use it. You just would want to dilute it more and be more, perhaps not use it every day, maybe every other day, but you're going to want to dilute it more so that it's not as concentrated. You can use this when you are pregnant, but again, you're going to want to dilute it more. And if you do, then you can use it like 2 to 3 times a day in either situation. I already told you that came all the ways that it comes. And let's see. Oh, a tip for if you have some really intense pain in a joint or muscle somewhere, you can take and put your little pea-sized amount of the rub in your palm and then add a drop or 2 of the straight oil just to make it a little more concentrated and massage that on. It's great to use for kids that are growing and they complain that their legs hurt. It's a great use for Deep Blue. If you bump into something or you drop something on your foot and you know you're going to end up with a bruise, be a little proactive and put a little bit of Deep Blue, on the area where it was dropped, and it'll actually help to not make the bruise as bad as it could be. So that is what I have on Deep Blue tonight. Next week, Sunday night, we are talking about Digestin, and Digestin is the digestive blend. That's the one that really, you know, that was my aha moment with doTERRA. So next Sunday, 6 o'clock, here on the same line, channel, whatever you want to say. Same link, I'll be here. And come see us on Our Big Oily Family on Facebook. We have all sorts of stuff going on there. Lots of recipes, lots of ways you can use your oils, lots of scientific studies, things like that. So if you have any combinations that you've used Deep Blue for, that maybe you've combined some other oils to relieve some sort of problem that you had, please put those in the comments below of this replay, and so we can all kind of learn a little bit from it. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you next week.